I am back. So, wanted to pop in here with the finished, it's not done. The ham chowder is not done yet, but I wanted to pop in here to show you how we're going to put this together. So, I know it's only what? Just after 12. This is not going to be for tonight's dinner. You know, sometimes whenever you have some of the things that you make is better the next day, right? So tell me below, what are some of the things that you make that you like better the next day? It just tastes so much better, whether it is lasagna is a big one, any kind of casseroles, because it thickens up and it all soaks in together. But tell me what your favorite is. I want to hear that. So this is exactly what this ham chowder is. And this is why I think Brent really likes taking the leftovers of this. I will tell you right now, one of his treats, and to me it really isn't a treat because I just don't get it, is Hamburger Helper. Do y'all like Hamburger Helper? Let me know in the comments. I will not judge you. I would rather make my own Hamburger Helper because I just can't stand the smell of it. And then here I am feeding it to my husband. But anyway, oh my God. So here I am feeding it to my husband. And I can't even stomach the smell of it. But I do it for him because it's a treat for him. But I make my own too. I don't like that processed stuff. No, your body just cannot digest processed fake powdered cheese, seasoning, and things like that at all. So, but anyway, so that is his treat. Now, any chance that I get, I try to do everything homemade. Let's face it, we're all busy. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. You have to go to the box stuff. So, but the one thing that I will always make is ham chowder. And it is so much better the next day. But it is only 12 or just after 12. This is not going to be eaten until probably tomorrow, but I will probably bet you he's going to get a bowl before he goes to bed tonight. Even though we are having shrimp scampi for dinner. It is awfully dark here. My house is like, let there be light. So, okay. So ham chowder. So what I've done, you saw me cut up the potatoes, the ham. I have my corn. I'm going to do 2 packs because I want to make enough that there's plenty of leftovers, whether it's for the weekend lunch or whether it is for dinner or whatever he wants to do while I'm gone. And then for my son as well. So we're going to put that in. This is fresh corn. If you guys don't bag up your own corn in the summertime to serve all winter, you're really missing out. That's the only way we do corn. Now, I will tell you, if you do not have fresh corn that you cut off and you froze, it's okay. Don't do canned vegetables. Don't do canned corn. Don't do any of that. Don't do it. If you're going to do any, you get frozen. And for this recipe, Chowder corn tends to work better because it's firmer. And it's just a nicer corn to use in a chowder. So I have so many people who actually use this recipe. So thank you for using it and sharing it. It is a family favorite. Okay. I did not get to put salt in it because I had to fill up my salt shaker. We're going to put some salt. I already put pepper in it. Now at this point, now you will see, if you've seen me before, even in my recipe, I use heavy whipping cream or I will use milk. Now, I don't do that in the beginning because your corn, your ham, it's already going to create the juices. And what we want is a chowder effect, not a soup effect. So, what we are going to do, I'm going to set this on low. We're going to let it cook. Make sure you stir it occasionally because you don't want it to stick to the bottom. If you feel that it's not enough liquid in there for you, do not add water, but you want to add either heavy whipping cream or milk of your choice. Doesn't matter. So we're going to let this sit. It's going to simmer. We're going to put it with the lid on. And then I'm going to stir it occasionally. So we're going to put it on low because this is going to cook not all day, but most of the morning or most of the afternoon. Stirring it occasionally. And remember, I did not, because I get asked that a lot. What liquid do you put in? It is up to you. But for me in this recipe, I will hold off putting any liquid in. And sometimes you can put butter in it if you want a creamier or buttery consistency. But I hold off putting any kind of liquid in until I stir it and let it cook a little bit to see how much liquid I already have that's created by the corn and the ham. Because like I said, you want a chowder consistency, not a soup consistency. Completely up to you. Maybe you want soup. Maybe you want to add that in now. So it's a very versatile recipe. It is great for cold days, cold mornings. For me, I think chowder is a fall and winter recipe. My husband, on the other hand, can eat chowder soup year round. And I tend to just kind of hold off a little bit. So that is it. I wanted to show you how we put that together. And, you know, like I said, I get so many questions asking about the liquid part of it. Really, you could do, and you know what, any recipe that you're making, you can really make it your own. You don't have to now, that's how I cook. I don't typically follow a recipe unless it's taste buds, then I will follow that. Because you can, if a taste buds recipe or another recipe calls for an ingredient you don't like, guess what? You don't have to put it in there. There is no law that says you have to. So you have the potatoes, ham, and corn in there, but no liquid. That is correct, Lissa. I'm going to let it cook a little bit and see where I am with the liquid at that point. By all means, you most certainly can, but for our recipe and our consistency, I hold off in putting the liquid in the beginning. There are times that I do have to put it in, like halfway through or whenever, like if it's really starting to stick, I will add a little bit of milk, but I'm not covering it. I'm only adding maybe just a little bit to cover the bottom. But like I said, totally up to you. And that's what I love about like cooking, I think, as opposed to baking. Baking, I'm getting there, but it's just like the mess and the measuring and all that I like to just cook with love and measure with love. And I can't do that with baking. So any recipe I share, if you don't like something, don't use it. Just take it out. Like, it's so versatile. So many things are versatile. Let's have fun with the recipes. And yeah, I love to cook, not bake. I'm trying to get into the baking part of it. We'll get there. Now that my friend Kim shared with me a great icing, which my husband actually just told me last night, that was probably the best icing that he's had on cake. So I'm keeping that recipe. But anyway, that is it. If you have any questions about anything, just let me know in the comments. I am going to be probably popping in and out here as I'm working on things, just to share with you some recipes, products, anything else. So if you have any questions, let me know. If I can't answer them in a comment, I'll come live and answer them. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll chat with you later.